Hey, welcome back. It's JWalter here. I cannot think of a worse time to buy a brand new house right now. To start, home prices for brand new houses in America are at an all-time high, and the number of new homes completed has been declining as well. On top of this, mortgage rates have been increasing greatly lately. Let's first talk about home prices for brand new houses. So according to HUD and the US Census Bureau, the median sold price in the US went from $310,000 in April 2020 to a new all-time record high of $416,900 in November of 2021 for a new single-family house. That's a 34% increase in only a year and a half. On top of this, record high home prices for brand new houses have reached all-time highs for 2 months in a row, but the mass media is not telling you this. These high home prices are still putting a damper on home affordability. So according to NAR, they just reported this a few days ago, home affordability in the US has decreased for the second consecutive month. This is due to family incomes only rising 4.7% compared to a 19.4% increase in the average monthly mortgage payment. This housing payment increase is due to mortgage rates rising from 2.82% from 1 year ago to 3.12% in November of 2021, plus home prices rising by 15% in that same time period. Yet another challenge for home buyers right now is that there's not enough houses under construction to meet the demand. So for example, housing starts for single-family houses are down 0.8% from 1 year ago, and the number of homes authorized but construction has not yet started has increased by 40.7%. And by the way, if you're thinking about buying or selling a house in the United States this year, then check out homeandmoney.com/Jason to get connected with a great real estate agent in your neck of the woods. Arguably, the worst trend for those looking to buy a brand new house right now is that mortgage rates have spiked more recently. They have increased about 0.5% in the last month and almost 1% in the last 5.5 months. Rates haven't been this high since April of 2020. Rising rates are especially concerning in the new home industry because typically buyers cannot lock in their mortgage interest rates until the house is much closer to being completed. So for home buyers, putting a deposit down on a dirt lot and the home isn't going to be built for 6 to 12 months from now, in my opinion, that's a huge risk given that mortgage rates are expected to increase further. So people putting down deposits on dirt lots right now have no idea what their final housing payment is going to be because they haven't locked in their mortgage rate yet. This is different from an existing house or a brand new home that's already built because for these types of houses, you can lock in your mortgage rate within days of getting your offer accepted. In contrast, when putting a deposit down on a dirt lot and the house is not going to be built for months down the road, then in my opinion, this is a risky investment. This is because your housing payment could be more than what you expected if rates increase. Or even worse, your lender may deny your loan if rates increase enough to where you're no longer qualified to buy the house. You see, lenders use your future housing payment in order to qualify you for a home loan. If rates rise enough to where your housing payment is too high for your lender to allow, then your lender could deny you the loan. And you would be forced to back out about buying the house, and you potentially could lose your deposit as well. In my opinion, we could see 3 possible scenarios for those who have put down a security deposit on a dirt lot, but have not locked in their mortgage rate yet. All right, number 1, for those who are well qualified, some will decide to move forward with buying the house despite an increase in mortgage rates. Number 2, others may decide to back out because their payment has increased to levels that they are not comfortable with, even though their lender says they still qualify for the loan. Number 3, some home buyers will get their loan denied because their housing payment is too high for them to qualify for a loan. If the buyer backs out, here's what I envision will happen. Of course, the home builder will list the house for sale again, and in my opinion, because home prices have been increasing and there's still enough demand, the builder will increase the asking price to the current market price. Despite the increase in price, I would not be surprised if these houses get gobbled up by home buyers looking for a brand new move-in ready house. If that happens, that's going to be a big win for home builders because they're going to be selling their houses for more than they were previously in contract with the buyer who backed out. However, if enough buyers back out, causing a flood of inventory, and if mortgage rates increase greatly, then home builders could be scrambling to find new buyers. In addition, home builders are still facing fierce headwinds that's still making it very costly to build houses right now. So for example, I noticed that lumber futures prices have continued to skyrocket. They have increased about 130% over the last 6 months. And according to the National Association of Home Builders, lumber price volatility is at a 75-year high. At the same time, tariffs on Canadian lumber doubled recently, and this has huge repercussions for homebuyers. The rise in lumber prices alone have caused the price of an average new single-family house to increase by more than $18,600 since late summer. Overall, building material costs have increased by 15.9% in 2021 and have already risen 18.6% since December of 2020. The wages that builders pay their workers has also been on the rise, increasing 7% from 1 year ago. Bottom line, almost every input into building a brand new house has been increasing greatly. And all these increased costs get passed down to home buyers as long as they are willing to pay for them. Meanwhile, inventory levels for existing houses, meaning not brand new houses, still remains very, very tight. This is because I noticed that Redfin just reported a few days ago that inventory of existing houses fell to a record low in December, which is causing fewer home sales in the US. This, along with low mortgage rates that we saw in December, are some of the reasons why home prices have increased by 15% in December from 1 year ago. And that was the 17th consecutive month of double-digit increases. The increase of existing home prices was very widespread as well. This is because prices increased from a year ago in all but one of the 88 largest metro areas that Redfin tracks. The only metro area with a decrease was Bridgeport, Connecticut, where home prices fell 0.4% from a year earlier, but that was following a 28% year-over-year increase in December of 2020. The largest price increases were in Austin, Texas, Northport, Florida, and Phoenix, Arizona, all with almost a 30% increase of home prices. We're also not seeing a big increase of the number of active listings or housing inventory either. This is because only one of the metros that are tracked by Redfin posted a year-over-year increase, and that was Detroit, Michigan. In contrast, the biggest year-over-year declines in active housing supply in December were Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which decreased by 52%, San Jose, California, and San Francisco. Houses are not selling as fast as they did this last spring, but historically speaking, days on the market is still extremely low. It took only 24 days to sell a house on average in December compared to 31 days from 1 year ago and over 50 days around December of 2019. In addition, 43% sold for over the seller's asking price in December compared to 34% from 1 year ago. And check this out because this is pretty crazy. During 2013 through 2019, that percentage never surpassed 30%, so we're still at historically high levels. So long story short, home buyers are still facing a very challenging market. Putting down a security deposit on a dirt lot right now carries its risks. However, the resale market still remains very competitive. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Would you buy a brand new house in today's market? Comment below. Also, check out that link if you want a real estate agent referral from virtually anywhere in the US. Also, if you got any value out of this video, then please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. And also consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Hope you have an awesome day and look forward to seeing you on the next video.